I don't think I've ever had this much to talk about in a video before, so we're just gonna jump in. As always, everything I talk about in this video is timestamped in the timeline and all sources will be in the description below. The first topic is a bit of a throwback to those lucky enough to have played the old 3v3 game mode Twisted Treeline. Extremely talented custom skin makers Blue Jay and Sauron Kaiser came up with this custom Vilemore skin for Rift Herald. I've always thought Herald didn't look anything spectacular, and to be honest, it does seem more of like a placeholder design, whereas Vilemore, both name and model, are cool as heck. So I was really excited to see these work in progress pictures. It even has a custom spawn animation. They made this for their custom harrowing map skin that's being shown on the screen, which is set to release in 2 weeks, including witch hats and chainsaws to the minions. Coven Baron Nashor also makes an appearance in the harrowing map, and they added some really cool Easter eggs scattered around the place, like these coffins with some old champion models in them, and even a few champion models that never actually made it to the game. Oh, and this old Yorick near bot lane. Their links will be in the description. So the new Skarner abilities were just revealed. Instead of cramming all these inside this video, Rysku has a great in-depth video on his channel. The link to that will also be in the description. Now, as we all know, there's been a ton of changes in the past week or so, and a lot of people have been trying new things and new strategies, a lot of which I'm sure Riot doesn't really foresee, like running Doran's Blade in the jungle. The new buffs make the item so gold efficient that renowned rank 1 jungler Agurin has been running it after first base every single game, and he's on an absolute tear with it. In fact, since he started buying Dorans in the jungle, he hasn't got a single loss with it in his match history. Mainly playing Kha'Zix at the moment. If you want some elo, follow the example of rank 1 and give it a try. So this video of Bwipo has been making the rounds, as of course over the lifespan of League, pro players sometimes make their way into the spotlight for solo queue toxicity. Known for having very sound opinions, here's Bwipo speaking on the issue.
Isn't mental very important for performance? I mean, look, like I said, like for me, you don't have respect for the people that are playing in your game. You don't have respect for the fact that you get to play this game for money. If people didn't play League, like average player that is not a pro player, right? Didn't play League, you wouldn't be getting paid to play League, right? It's a fucking privilege to have people that are worse than you in this game, but are still really interested in high level play, right? Like, just like we can agree on that as a concept, right? So when you go out of your way to argue with average people that play this game for fun, and berate them for being bad at this video game when you're a pro player, I think you're a child. Like, I think you are immature as fuck, and you are ungrateful as fuck. That's my opinion.
I have to say, even normal League players can definitely learn a thing or two from what he had to say here. The community can only benefit from more positivity. But let me know your opinions on this sentiment in the comments below. Now, following the release of Briar and her ramping popularity and even success, people have begun to find new ways to counter her. One such is abusing the way her taunt coding by just standing near her as she's doing buffs. Because the code prioritizes enemy champions, this can easily be abused and slow down or even ruin her clear. Like, the Yone in this clip didn't even have to do anything. Check it out.
Bye, have a great time.
This mightn't seem like the biggest time waster, but it's actually pretty big because it literally wastes her entire W, in which she gains a lot of attack speed. Having to just fully auto-attack a buff from 100 to 0 level 1 is very painful, so abuse this before it gets patched. Moving on to the main topic of today, the new game mode. If you enjoy the content I make and want to support the channel, a sub goes a huge way, and honestly, just thanks heaps for watching. So Riot has just given us all the details of the new quick play game mode, which will be replacing blind pick. That's right, blind pick normals will cease to exist soon, as this game mode makes its way to the PBE in late October. But to be honest, I can't remember the last time I played a blind pick, and everything Riot says they want quick play to be sounds really promising and exactly what the vast majority of casual players need. Riot explains this game mode is necessary to replace blind pick, as its predecessor is just badly designed. People would often just rage lock in a champion and roll without even communicating, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. This is especially worse when a new champion is released. People avoid draft pick because the champ can get banned, only to queue blind pick to have all 5 members of the team just try to spam lock it in. Also, having to rely on ping or client diff just to get your top pref in the chat before someone else was really just shit. And what does a new player even do? They only know limited roles, and picking and banning makes no sense, so blind pick queue with people flaming in champ select is just a terrible experience. So, let's jump into everything you need to know about the new game mode. As I said before, it's replacing blind pick, so you'll find it in the queue menu just next to draft pick, probably early November. In the lobby, you'll choose primary and secondary champions and positions. Your summoner spells and runes can also be changed in the lobby as well. One of your chosen positions must be a priority position. The lobby will tell you which role matchmaking is looking for to load into an eligible game. The game will always try to give you your first choice, but to keep the queue quick, as in quick play, sometimes you'll have to play the priority position. In this mode, you should always choose something you're comfortable playing. Riot assures us they'll keep an eye eye on this system as the game mode rolls out to make sure everything's running smoothly. If you're in a 5-stack, same as draft, you won't have to choose a secondary position. The game will just try to load you in against another 5-stack. The advantage of this queue already, if you haven't picked it up, is that there is no lobby. It just says match found, you accept, and then you load in. There is no champ select, which means we already save 5 minutes or so from pick or bans, and because there's no champ select, there's no possibility to dodge, which I'm sure every player has gone through 4 or 5 complete champ selects just to have someone dodge at the last second to have to search for yet another game and do a complete pick and ban again. To avoid abrasion this system might bring up though, Riot has also introduced a separate set of rules for quick play. Firstly, the first surrender vote is available 10 minutes down from 15. This will be a 4 out of 5 vote, but once the game hits 20 minutes, it only needs to be a 3 out of 5 vote. This is to prevent duos hostaging. Again, Riot will keep an eye on this and it'll be out in a 13.21 PBE dev cycle. This game mode announcement so far has had overwhelmingly positive feedback, with Reddit users saying things like, "I genuinely believe that this has the potential to be the most positive changes to League in years." I think because Champ Select has been the same for so long, people tend to be a bit oblivious to how long it actually takes to get into a game, especially when someone dodges during the latter half of Champ Select. Incredibly excited for this to hit live. And I 100% agree with you. As someone who plays a bit of bot games, it's so frustrating when you want to play a certain role or champion, but someone locks them quicker or says the role in the chat faster, and then you 1, have to dodge and wait for the penalty to be over, or 2, play a game that is completely worthless. I know people on Reddit won't care about it too much because the most play rank, but this is massive, especially for new players. Honestly, this sounds like a fantastic addition to the game, and I can see this being massively popular. But as always, I'm very curious to know my viewers' feedback in the comments below. Next up, I want to know people's opinions on this clip from Potent Fiora, an EUS Challenger Fiora player losing a 1v1 to this Alawi. Take into consideration that he's 3 levels up and has 2 completed items, Gore Drinker and Shojin, to Alawi's Warhammer and Tabby.
Okay, you're dead. No.
Regardless of him getting hit by a whole lot, for that not to be a stat check kill is just wild. Moving on, Griffin, North American jungle prodigy, has just been picked up by T1 Academy. Griffin traveled to Korea earlier in the year where he ran through the solo queue ladder and received multiple offers immediately. Taken under the wing of LS, who actually announced his signing, Griffin could have been the savior of NA if he wasn't already playing for a Korean team. And I'll leave you guys today with this clip from Yamato. We may have an issue with AD carries at the moment. Anyway, that'll about do us for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!